UK local councils' pension funds are investing billions in companies enabling Israeli apartheid. I'm going to read into this exclusive from Byline Times, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an exclusive from Byline Times with the headline that the UK's local council pension funds are investing billions in companies enabling Israeli apartheid. The exclusive reveals that hundreds of millions of pounds were invested in armed companies supplying Israel with weapons, including BAE Systems, Caterpillars, Lockheed Martins, and RTX Corporation. Now, this is incredibly upsetting, especially knowing that once again, if we didn't already know, that we know that some of governments, we know that we are enabling what Israel have conducted inside Gaza. We know that we have supplied them one way or another, whether it's by direct means or by sending it to America and then America sending it to Israel. We know that. We're talking about local council pension funds? Like how tied in, how embedded are we to Israel? It's just clearly insane how embedded we are. And it does really fill me with shame as a British person, as an English person, knowing that we are complicit with what's going on there. Now, yes, rightfully so, myself and you and I listening to this, we're not actually directly involved, but our government is. And we elect governments to represent us. And they're not representing us in this instance because they're enabling Israel to do what they have done. Over 45,000 plus Palestinians' lives have been lost inside Gaza. How much of all this funding is going towards what Israel are conducting right now in the West Bank, or what they have been conducting in the West Bank for a long time as well, to enabling the resettlement of settling on Palestinian territory? How do we know how much of that do we know as well? We just the reality is we just don't know. And it's depressing, but it is important to emphasize and highlight these issues as much as I don't like it. I hate that it's our money. It's money, that bills that you pay for, taxes that you pay for, and knowing that some of that money that you're paying into is directly contributing to what Israel have conducted over in the Middle East. It's sickening, it's immoral, it's wrong, and it should be stopped. So local government pension schemes, this LGPS, funds in the UK are investing billions of pounds in firms linked to companies with arms or equipped Israel with weapons or equipment potentially used by the Israeli state in Palestine. The Palestine Solidarity Campaign has released updated research revealing the local government pension schemes funds, administered by local authorities across Britain, invested over £12 billion in companies that say they are enabling Israelis' genocide, military occupation, and apartheid against Palestinians. The research obtained through the Freedom of Information request details the investments of 81 LGBT funds in companies which procure weapons and military technology using Israel's attacks on Palestinians, provided service or infrastructure that supports Israel's unlawful military occupation, or conducts activities in Israel's illegal settlements on Palestinian land. The West Yorkshire Pension Fund has significantly larger total investment in PSG, criticised firms than others, with over $1 billion in total value, followed by Greater Manchester Pension Fund with $905 million. Collectively, LGPS funds invest over £450 million in BAE Systems, which manufacture components for Israel's F-15, F-16 and F-35 fighter jets used to bomb Gaza. Over $80 million is invested in Caterpillar, which manufactures bulldozers used by Israel to demolish Palestinian homes, schools, and hospitals. Over $90 million is invested in RTX Corporation, formerly Reganelite, which produces 4,000 pounds GBU-28 bombs, which is used by the Israeli military. You're seeing a pattern here, don't you? For the first time, PSC's research identifies investment in Amazon and Alphabet Inc., Google. This totals $4.7 billion, nearly 40% of the value of all investment listed. Both companies work together to provide cloud computer infrastructure to the Israeli military and government, dubbed Project Nimbus. In addition, the research shows LGPS funds holds over 28 million in Israeli government bonds, therefore lending Israel's money to carry out atrocities. The research comes as it campaigns call for a divestment on LGPS funds from companies enabling Israel's human rights abuse and continue to gain momentum. Earlier this month, Tower Hamlet Council passed a motion committing to divest its pension funds from armed companies following a strong local campaign, while Bristol City Council has called for Avion pension funds to divest from armed companies and companies active in Israel's illegal settlements. Lewis Bankton campaigns for office for PCS told Byline Times the scale of LGPS funds investments in companies that are complicit in Israel's grave abuse of Palestinian rights is shocking. The deferred wages of millions of local government workers are going into companies enabling Israel's war crimes without their consent. But workers and residents are making it increasingly clear that they won't accept their pension funds being used to fund companies complicit in genocide or apartheid. We're only 1 month into 2025, but already Tower Hamlets Council is committing to divest from arms companies, while Bristol City Council has called to vote on Avion pension funds to divest from companies enabling Israel's crimes. And he added, this year we will see LGPS diverse campaigns grown as a force for justice for Palestine. Divestment from Israel's crimes is a moral and legal imperative, and this cannot be ignored, and I couldn't agree more. So here, at the bottom here, here's the top 10 pension funds with PCS criticised investment by total value. So West Yorkshire Pension Fund 109 billion, Greater Manchester Pension Fund 905 million, South Yorkshire Pension Fund 483 million, West Midlands Pension Fund 465 million, Lancashire Pension Fund 439 million, London Pension Fund Authority 358, Hampshire Pension Fund 336, Devon Pension Fund 288, East Riding Pension Fund 262, and Teesside Pension Fund 256. Defending their investment portfolio, a spokesperson for South Yorkshire Pension Authority said, as well as the largest funds in the local government pension scheme, it shouldn't be surprising that South Yorkshire Pension Fund has largely holdings in several large multinational companies. The holdings identified are managed by the border to cost pension partnerships who both engage both directly and in collaboration with other investments with companies to ensure that they are making appropriate assessments of their implementations of their operations in conflict-affected areas. They added that decisions about the risks to the value of investment towards any aspects of the company's environment, social, or governance activities need to reflect the financial material of the issue. In other words, questions of ethics need to be balanced against political financial gains to be had. So it sounds like that they're kind of like, well, it's not something really we can control. It's not really, we're not for or against it. We're kind of just like, at the end of the day, we've got a pension fund to look after, sort of thing. Forget the moral aspects of this. The pension fund spokesperson went on to say the revenues for the company listed from Israel and occupied Palestinian territories are unlikely to be financially material in making decisions about whether to invest in or disinvest in any companies listed. Sure, okay. And they defend investments in arms, noting it is also the case that companies exploiting arms and military technology do so under very strict licensing conditions imposed by domestic governments. Therefore, to disinvest from companies acting in a legally sanctioned way would be an unreasonable decision for a pension fund to take. The spokesperson concluded the situation in Gaza is undoubtedly a human tragedy. However, a pension fund is required to act in the best financial interest of its scheme members. In doing so, while it may consider the risks which non-financial factors pose to the valuation of investments, it may not take decisions for political reasons, which is what is being suggested here. The companies named were contacted for comment. Basically, they don't want to be political on this, is basically what they are trying to say here. If they just want to increase the pension funds and not be seen as political. Well, unfortunately, if you are tied to what's happening in the Middle East in any way, shape or form, if there are links to Israeli companies or Israeli apartheid in any way, shape or form, you are linked to this political course, whether it is or not. So just disconnect from them. Don't link yourselves to any of them. Don't link to any Russian companies that may be linked to as well. It's not that hard to do that. And it takes a little bit of Googling to look up a certain company that may be linked to and to say, oh, let's just check. We should just check, who we're getting this from. Oh, they sound very good. Oh, wait, they're linked to Israeli apartheid. We shouldn't. Let's try another one. Move on. It's not that hard to do a bit of research. It really, really is not. But it is a political choice to be in this. Frustrating, I know. But what do you guys think? What do you guys make of this exclusive from Byline Times? What do you make of UK local pension funds? investing billions in companies, enabling Israeli apartheid. How does it make you feel? Let me know your thoughts and more on this story down in the comments below. Make sure you hit that like button, share across social media, and subscribe for further content. And do check out the Patreon and Rumble channels of exclusive content on those platforms as well. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.